obviously, nobody was a happy camper on Saturday night after that ball game. It was not the Pitt football team that I'm used to seeing. You could look at all three phases, and again, was probably pretty happy with our special teams units. Pretty happy with our defense, except three big plays that we gave up. That big pass was obviously critical, and offensively, didn't play up to where we need to, and why? We just never got in a rhythm, and I think it's happened a couple times this year. Just didn't get in rhythm. We dropped the first four passes, and nobody can catch fire. And it's hard as a play caller when it's 3 and out. You never get into a rhythm. And if you look at us through the year, when we get into we get a first down, we start to get rolling. You can start to be creative and start to get going on some of your stuff. And I just felt like we never got in a rhythm for whatever reason. I always talk to our kids about making sure your minds are right and where they need to be. And so, as a coach, you wish you knew exactly what button to push or what problem there was. We're not mind readers. Wish we were. We'd be a heck of a lot better coaches. But it's just one of those days. And, we closed the book on that, and we're moving on to a talented, physical, tough Boston College football team. So, questions? I'm sure you got them.
Is that how you grade the first 4 graders as drops?
Yeah, I mean, we got to make, that's how I grade them, I would think that's how Coach Whipple graded them too. So, I mean, we got opportunities to make catches. We got to make the catches. And again, it doesn't matter, we got to make the block. There's a lot of things. We got to make the throw. And there's all kinds of things. We just weren't in rhythm. And again, they were cranked up now, give their defense credit, give Bud Foster credit. They were cranked up, and they played their tails off for Bud too. So it's a little bit of both. They had some nice PBUs later, at least in the second half, that you're like, But again, we can be more on target with the football. But that's life, and again, it's behind us. But that answer your question?
Yeah, in this league, you see a lot of spread, different looks, and when you play Boston College, it's a power running attack. I mean, is it almost unique to prepare for that?
You know what? I can't wait to go into defense. I'm like the old school guy. Like, I'm the old guy. Some of the new stuff, spread stuff, they feel like they're really good at defensively. So, and again, I'm in there all the time. But it'll be fun to go in there today because it's old school. It's a little bit of Stanford from last year, which we made some mistakes in that game. So it'll be fun to go out and prepare for it. It's very similar to Jim Chaney, what we faced. Really our first spring and fall camp as a defense. Their favorite play is what we call push play, and they're going to hand it to a 250. A.J. Dillon, the third leading rusher, in the country right now. I mean, he's a hoss. He's an NFL guy. I'm assuming he's leaving this year. I don't know. That's what all the draft predictors are, and he's a he's a load, and he's a third leading rusher in the country for a reason. He's physical, but their push play, they're getting doubles on your both tackles, double on your end, and they're letting that tailback read his seam and find it. And it's, again, very similar, like I said, Chaney. So we've defended that run before. It's their favorite run. And but they're talented. They got tight ends. They got more tight ends. I mean, I think, they got tight ends coming out of their ears. You're not sure which tight end's coming out there. And big physical wideouts, similar to a Notre Dame as far as the wideouts. You can't tell if they're tight ends or wideouts. They're 220 pounds.
The first time in 2 years where you're going to go into a game and one of your preseason goals will not be attainable now that you're sort of out of the division race. Is this a test of maturity for this group, or is it, given the home finale and given the fact you've got a lot of experience, it's not something you're...
I mean, you could have said that after the Virginia game if you wanted to, Will. I mean, it's like, we lost an ACC game. We can't do what we want to do. It doesn't matter. It's the next game. Our goal is to win every week. And, regardless of if there's the gold there at the end, or, a bowl of chili. It doesn't matter what's at the end of the rainbow there. We're going to play a football game. We get to play one more here at Hines. We're going to play it for our senior class. We're going to play it for the 2019 season. And I think, to put another one on and have a chance to go to a bowl game, it's, we'll find out where we're going bowling in, I don't even know, a couple weeks. So it's just another game. And, I don't think our kids are going, oh my gosh, we don't have that. Let's shut it down. I don't think that's in our mentality. I know it's not in our coaches or my mentality. It's not even, it's not even there. We still needed someone to do something already anyway. We still need something else to happen. So there's no, we felt like really that was, I don't want to say done, but, we didn't win that opener, and, it started there, and we were just trying to win every game after that and see what happens.
And looking at big picture-wise, this being the last regular season game, in your mind, and maybe the players' mind, is there a big difference between 7-5 and 8-4?
Yeah, 8 is one more than 7, and 7 is one less than 8.
I'm not talking math.
No, it's 1.
I'm not talking math. I'm talking about.
Well, you just mentioned 7 and 4 and 8 and 5 and whatever. You know, it's math to me. We'd like to get as many wins as we can. So yeah, there's a big difference because it's one more. Yes, it's one more game, and you only get 12 guaranteed. So it's one more, and it's a big difference. And to beat anybody and get wins in that win column are huge. So yes, it matters. 7 is not as good as 8. Good question though. Really detailed. What else we got? What?
It looked like Maurice was lobbying to get in almost in that third quarter.
Maurice lobbies a lot, you know. Sometimes it's better when his jaw doesn't feel good as Connor Swallow and he talks like this. But no, you know, we're going to protect Maurice. We're going to protect our players. We're always going to protect them. Again, it's going to be another game time decision with Maurice. Again, you just want to make sure, you know, the doctors are telling us one thing, he's telling us another, and there's got to be somewhere in the middle that we can have some balance. It's obviously senior day, and him being a senior, we'd like to get him out there. But I'm not going to put him out there and then, you know, watch anything happen after that. I won't feel right.
How would you assess the progression of the offensive line from, say, week 4 or 5 to now?
You know, we'll do that after the season to say, okay, where did they get from week 1? Because every week's a different challenge. You know, it's hard to say that based on, you know, the defense we played last week, what the game plan was, what the weather was like. You know, did we try to run it enough? Did we run it enough? Did we run it good enough? Could we not run it? I mean, there's so many things to look at, and it's, you know, we don't have time to sit there and say, how far are we? We've gotten better, I can tell you that. You know, we've gotten as good as we want to get. You know, I can't tell you that. I think I'd be lying to you. But I do believe we've gotten better. But it all depends on what the challenge is and who the guys are up front. And I think those are the challenges.
Going into the Virginia Tech game, not expecting to run as much?
No, we wanted to be two-dimensional as always, and but you know we've thrown it all year, and you know that's kind of been our bread and butter, and we've had success doing it. But we certainly wanted to run it more, especially with the weather conditions. But you know when you run it a couple times, I think I mentioned after the game, and you don't have a lot of success, you know you're kind of going, okay, well let's go, and you know you're trying to get the passing game to open up your run game. And that didn't happen. And we went 3 and out like 7 times. And, you know, again, that's the rhythm we never got into. And, you know, we lost the time possession by 10 minutes, guys. And, you know, when you look at our defense being on the field for another 10 minutes, we've usually won the time possession. But to play as well as they did with you know, as long as they were on the field was the other impressive thing. I mean, you know, they got 250 yards or whatever it was total offense. And you know, they averaged 2.9 yards per rush, you know, based on our stats. And we kind of break it down like the NFL does as opposed to college football.
Kenny didn't have a lot of help, you know, from his teammates necessarily. But when the problems are his alone, are they accuracy problems? Are they reading problems? What exactly are they?
You know, sometimes it's accuracy, sometimes it's, you know, it's trust, sometimes it's, you know, there's a lot of things. I mean, you know, I think he got a little bit flustered, you know, which I think, you know, everybody in this room would. When you turn the ball over, you know, it's hard. I don't think he had a great series the next series, and we tried to just kind of, hey, let it go and go. I mean, I think he missed Tayseer on a skinny post that could go. You know, we had another route down in the red zone, I think the 10-yard line, that's a touchdown. We got, you know, I believe it was Valik wide open over the middle, and he just didn't see it, you know. And then, you know, but that happens. That happens in every game. There's a lot of guys missed. I'm just watching, you know, tape now where there's a lot of people miss guys. So we're not the only quarterback in the country that's not perfect, and you know, as well as the coaches.
Yeah, you mentioned Dylan likely going early.
I don't know. That's what they say. Is that what you're hearing too?
Not what I'm personally hearing, but what I'm reading here. For your guys personally, I feel like you guys probably have a handful of guys who could theoretically leave early and get drafted. When does that process for those conversations with those guys happen?
It'll happen after the regular season's over. You know, in that bowl period. Try to sit down with some guys and send papers in on whoever's interested. And I think we're allowed to send it in 3, right, Chris? 5 total, just to get a grade. And you know, and I think, you know, obviously it's smart for, you know, anybody's got that opportunity to get evaluated and find out what they say, because it doesn't matter what I say, it doesn't matter what some street agent's saying. It matters what the NFL says. And then you got to sit down and have serious talks about what's best for you, your education and the best, but again, if a kid's going to be a first or second rounder, just like, A.J. Dillon, you got to kind of, he's got to kind of go. As sad as we'll be seeing him go, that's why they come to college, is to go play that next level. That's why they play Pop Warner football, to go to high school. That's why they went to high school, to get a college scholarships. That's why they go to college, is to get an opportunity to make a lot of money if you're a first or second rounder. And I think that's the key, is making a good decision based on first round, second round. And then if it says stay in, then that's when the work has to be done. First, second round, I'm kicking him in the tail and saying go. Third round, I'm saying, you can make a lot more money in a year. And I think those are the things that, have to be discussed. That's when the discussions start, I think.
Not like you would tell us, but do you know who those 5 guys are who you sent in?
No, I have no idea.
If you're limited to 5, what if you have 10? How do you cut it off?
I don't know. Good luck to you. Hopefully there's only 5 guys that want paperwork. Some guys are going, Coach, I'm good. And some guys are saying, sometimes you have surprises. So I'm sure, you just never know. We'll have to decide, who those 5 guys are, but hopefully they decide, and then we got to decide. Then, if you got more than 5, I'm scared. So.
What's allowed BC's offense to be so good on third downs this year?
They're opportunistic on third down. I mean, they're giving you. I think they've got like 22 fourth downs that they've gone for, but they're going to run the football. And when you look at it, it's a lot of short yardage. They're not getting themselves in fourth and long because of the style of offense they are. They're running the football and getting themselves in manageable fourth down calls. I think in our breakdown, they've got just 2 fourth down and 3 pluses. The rest are all fourth down and 1s and 2s, which, you got a chance to get those, especially when you can run the football like they did this year and, kind of like we did a year ago. You're able to get more of those when you can have confidence in your run game like they've got. And they've got confidence in the run game. Coach Adazio is a run guy. He's an offensive line guy. That's his trade, and they're going to have good offensive line. They're going to be physical. They're going to be well coached, and they can run the football. Sorry, Will.
I'm glad you were expansive there. As far as penalty goes, I know you're frustrated with the amount. And what have you guys done outside of just doing film stuff to sort of address that? I mean, what steps have you guys taken outside of that?
We talk about the details, and the details, and it's sometimes there's nothing you can do. You got to eliminate it on the field, and again, false starts are going to happen. You're in a hostile environment, the crowd, the noise, whatever. We got one tackle lines up a little bit deep. I see tackles line up deep in the backfield all the time and never get called. We got no warning. But some of those things are going to happen. Some of them you can't avoid, and there's the unforced errors, and there's the aggressive errors, and we're going to be aggressive. And again, I won't get into much more of that, but we evaluate it, and we're going to do some things in the offseason. I've got to do something because I think it's been 2 years in a row. I don't know what we're going to do, but I'll be going to some penalty clinic and find out what I can do better as a head coach.
Are the aggressive errors ones that are more tolerable as a coach, understanding that, hey, sometimes we're going to get away with it and sometimes we're not?
Well, it's aggressive. It's a game of football, and I don't want anything flagrant like Amir Watts was last week. That was not smart. But some other calls, like I told you after the game, I don't know. And again, I've talked about it already, so I'm good there.
Have you had discussion man on man with Bears about his issues?
What issues?
Helmet is.
Next question. I don't think Paris got any issues. That's the first thing. So I'll take 25 Paris forwards. He ain't got any issues. He ain't got any issues. Next question. What do we got?
For your seniors, I mean, this was for your 4-year guys. This was the first group that you had a year to go out and kind of get that. Instead of just getting thrown in and having 6 weeks to get a class together. I mean, what role did these guys play in sort of building the identity here, and what do you remember about just sort of bringing them in and seeing them grow?
I think every senior class is important, and I can't tell you this one's more important, and that's not coach speak, because I think some coaches would speak the other way and say, oh, it's so meaningful because I've had him for 4 years. But, man, I tell you what, just, relationships are important to me, to our staff, because it's important to me. And just, it doesn't matter who they are. Tyler Boyd 1 year, you coach a guy for 1 year, you have a relationship with them, whether it's this long or this long. And I think that's the important thing. And you obviously got more stories the longer you're with them, but the memories will last forever that you have with these guys. And that's the fun thing. And there's good memories and bad memories. And there's memories we have in here, and, that we've failed and we've won and we've succeeded. But it's all the things that we do in here together as a football team that's key. And it's not all about winning and losing. It's those relationships that will last forever. And, hopefully these guys feel the same way, and they'll be coming back, forever thinking and talking about Pitt football.
Talking about one senior in particular, DeMar Hamlin. I mean, when you landed him, it was a big recruiting win. He's a Pittsburgh kid, and he's really just made big steps in his career to the point where he's a big player for you. I mean, what can you say about him and his career here?
DeMar's been outstanding, and one of the things I'll never forget about his recruiting process, he goes, when he finally committed, and I think he knew he was coming here all the time, he goes, I wish I would have told you earlier. I could have helped even get more guys, because I think he's a darn good recruiter as well. He's an outstanding football player. I mean, you see what he's developed into. I mean, he started a little slow with those injuries he came in with, and our doctors and trainers did a great job at getting him back, and now you got an NFL safety, I think, and obviously I don't make those decisions, the NFL does, but that guy's as good a free safety as I've ever coached. Cover guy. One of the biggest things he had to do, in the offseason was improve his tackling, I thought. And shoot, I don't think his spring ball he tackled much with kind of a little issue injury-wise. And he came out this fall and has been like, knock on wood, he's got tackled a 250-pound back this week, but he's been really good. And I've been impressed with his play, with his attitude, with his leadership in that back end.
Jim's question, what about Dane Jackson? Captain, senior, corner, probably NFL potential when he's playing this year. How have you kind of seen him grow over the years?
Dane is, we're going to have senior day here already. You guys are making me sad already, but I forgot Dane was going to leave us too. You guys thinking about it? Dane's a great football player. I mean, all our kids have developed. I mean, when you look at where they were 4 years ago to, where they were a year ago to where they are now, I mean, he's playing at a high level. And, he's playing on a pretty darn good defense right now. And again, we'll find out how good they are with 2 more games to go, see if they can finish strong. And they came back last week. But Dane is, great cover guy. He's a great kid. He's smart. He got it all. I mean, Dane has been, he's not been an issue since he's been here. It's just a fun guy to coach. We take a bunch of those too. Take a bunch of Hamlins, take a bunch of Jacksons, take a bunch of Paris Fords. I mean, those are, I can probably go on and on. I'll take some Mathises and Pinnocks too. I guess I like my guys.
Any final questions?
With the illegal procedure, whatever it was, with Narduzzi's right foot being back, is that something you would normally get a warning on?
We had one, yeah, you would usually get a warning. It wasn't his foot. Your head's got, if this is the offensive center and this is his belt, your head's got to be, right there at the belt. But if he's a little bit deeper, which never gets called, but just happened to get called, it just never gets called. I mean, I could throw that flag every day. So, and again, you'd like a warning first, just like they warn us sometimes. Matter of fact, they warned us about Pat Jones. Hey, he's a little close. Can you back? Yeah, we'll back him up. Thanks for the warning. Appreciate it.